When it's up, when it's up, when it's up, then it's stuck. When it's up, when it's up, when it's up, then it's stuck. I'm the chick that listen to that. And then turn around and listen to Kim. Sit down listening to Jill Scott and Erica Badu. Some girl. That's me. Listening to that shit. You know who I really like? TGT. I wish TGT could have just stayed a thing. If you don't know who TGT is, it's Tyrese, Genuine, and Tank. They made this group called TGT. You want to hear their music? Go on to Pandora and look at the TGT radio station and just listen to that shit. That shit sounds so good. It sounds better than a lot of the R&B I hear that's created now. And it's not like, super old school. It's still good, Tank good anyway. So anyway, while we're speaking of music, I do not know anything about Saweetie. I do not know anything about Quavo. I literally had to explain to my daughter that Quavo wasn't the dude that married Cardi B because she thought that Offset and Quavo were the same person. That's how much of this I don't know nothing about. I don't know nothing about no Migos. All I know is the stuff that people talk about with these people, like their relationship status, the stuff that they post on social media. I know more about stuff that has nothing to do with their music than I do about their music. And that's when it becomes a problem. If people know you for more in regards to what's happening in your personal life instead of what you actually do, you need to rethink what you're doing. So the most that I know about Saweetie is that her and Quavo had this really nice relationship, and at some point it looked to me like they was gonna stay together for a long time. And then I heard like I saw this video clip that she did where she was telling all the girls, like, if you don't get it with a dude that can buy you a Birkin bag, then don't even fuck with him, right? It's basically what she was saying. And I couldn't understand how she could be teaching girls this. But then I saw another clip of her saying, at least go out there and secure your own bag and let the man in your life be the person that enhances your life. And if he cheats, leave. So Quavo and Saweetie just broke up. Everybody heard about that. Like I said, I don't know nothing about that. I'm like 40. So I don't be trying to concern myself with stuff that just ain't my business. Okay? That's not my business. So anyway, they broke up. And I instantly just thought, oh, he must have been cheating. If she dumped him, he must have been cheating. And everyone was saying that the reason, like media takeout, and I don't know why anybody would want to listen to anything that got to do with goddamn media takeout. Do not go to media takeout trying to find some accurate information. Okay? Like you need a reliable media source. You can't keep looking on the internet at everything you see when you click on Google and think that it's accurate information. Okay, I would not trust media takeout if I was you. Okay, we knew that a long time ago when media takeout first came out that they never had any real legitimate information. It's not a reliable source. It's almost like a low energy, like little forum, like Lipstick Alley. You can't believe shit that you see on Lipstick Alley. It's the same thing with like media takeout. Their information is always inaccurate. Do not bank on that shit. Okay? Nothing that you see on that stuff. So anyway, media takeout was saying that Saweetie had left Quavo because he wasn't spending enough money on her. And throughout their entire relationship, he has spent about $2 million on Saweetie. Right? So media takeout was saying that them two broke up because she was mad because he didn't spend enough money on her. When the truth was, she caught him cheating. Okay. I guess he wasn't spending enough time with her. Whatever. So then, as of today, the clip of Saweetie and Quavo fighting inside of an elevator came out. Now, remember, I don't know nothing about these people. So when I see the elevator fight, of course, I'm just looking at them as two people that's fighting in an elevator. And I don't know enough about them, but the fact that they was together when they was having this fight. So first I see she throw something at him, right? I don't know if he was running from her or he was trying to leave her or something like that. All I see is he at the elevator. She coming, storming towards the elevator, throws something at him. He had his book bag and like this little Call of Duty like box. I don't know what was inside of it, but he had like this box, and she just tried to snatch the box from him, get inside, get it from him, and I guess keep it so he can stay. It almost looked like to me she was trying to get him to stay. And then he slams her inside of the elevator onto the ground, and then they both start calming down because she apparently is really hurt. Now, to me, I don't know if this is the first time they done had an altercation, second time, but usually when things get this bad, this is this is time for the relationship to be done. Okay, now mind you, I don't know when this elevator fight happened because some people are saying it was recent, some people are saying it was last year. Like I said, getting a reliable source of information is kind of difficult sometimes. And so, anyway, whether it was last year or this year doesn't even matter to me. The fact that it happened in general. But when I hear a lot of other women talking about it, a lot of them are saying shit like, she was trying to get away from him. And they try to make it seem like she's the victim of the situation. But with me looking at that clip from beginning to end, I don't know what he did before she threw something at him, but she threw something tiny. It wasn't big. It wasn't like she threw a vase or something hard and bopped him in the head. She didn't throw a hammer at him. It was like this little thing she threw, and it hit him a little bit, and he kind of turned around a little bit, and by the time he turned around, she was kind of like snatching this box from him. And in order to get the box back from her, he ended up having to sling her ass so hard that he slinged her into the elevator. And all he was trying to do was get the box from her. And I think that was his things. But a lot of people think that he was taking something from her. Because if you look at the clip from a specific type of way, like if you cut it off and you make it, like if you trim it, a lot of people, if they see the trimmed video, they're going to think that he was trying to take something from her. But if you look at it from the beginning, it looks like he was walking down the hallway and was going into the elevator, and she was coming after him, threw something at him, and then went to snatch this box out his hand. And he was just trying to get the box from her and ended up slamming her into the elevator because she was going so hard. So to me, this looked like her fault, not his. But of course, women are going to be like, he's a man. He shouldn't hit women. And at some point, women have got to start taking accountability for when things like this happen with us. I remember the last time I was hit. And this is coming from somebody who was in domestic violence relationships for years. Okay. I remember the last time I was hit. I hit his ass first because he was in my car. And this was the last time I got into a physical altercation. And I said, I'm turning into these men who've been beating me all these years because I'm over here hitting this dude first. And I was the type of person that I don't like disrespect. So after I had been beat so much by guys, one of the character traits that I was getting from my own abusers, and because it happened to me so young, and as I got older and for such a long time, one of the things I picked up on was that I could not control when someone else would disrespectfully say something to me. So I would just haul off and slap the shit out their ass without even, you know what I mean? Like just off something that they said. So I kept telling after I caught my fiance was cheating on me with somebody, and this is the last time I had a fight with a guy. My fiance was cheating on me with this girl he used to live with. And I caught a few of his text messages in his phone from an old phone that he had. And that's how I found out. And so I confronted him about it because I wasn't talking to him at all at first. And he was begging me to come over and talk. So I went over to talk to him, and I said, I'll come over and we can work this out if you just flat out just tell me the truth. about the fucking situation, and we could still get married. I think we was getting married that next week, or maybe like 2 weeks. And he said, "I'll tell you the truth. I drive all the way over to his house. I get over there, nigga still lying." So I'm like, fuck this. I go all the way out to my car. He follows me to my car, gets in the car with me. I'm like, could you just get out of my car? I just need you to get out. He just yelling and disrespecting me and just talking. I'm like, can you please just get out my car? And I'm calm. He's like, yeah, no, I had to be like 33. This nigga says, so what? I'm fucking with my ex. What's the big deal? So I get pissed and mush his ass in the head. So he grabs my head, mushes my head into the glass in my truck. And this is when I decided, you know what? I don't know, something just occurred. Because I would have, old me would have just tried to beat this dude's ass. Because that's what was happening in all of my relationships. At first, they were beating on me. And then with time, I started fighting their ass back. Right? And hitting their ass first. And this last fight, something switched in me. And I was like, you know what? I cannot take this abuse anymore. I said, you know what? Just get the fuck out before I call the police. Because I had Orange Star in my truck. I said, you know what? You don't hit a woman, bitch. But let me tell you something. As a woman, and I'm thinking this in my head, as a woman, I should respect him the same way and just not hit him either. And I said, I tell you what, just get out of my car. Or I'm just going to call the police. And just, it's going to be it for you. Women have got to stop thinking that they can square up on a man and not reap the consequences of doing so. She looks like they tussled and she failed. From what I saw, she threw a punch. He didn't. Exactly. Now, here's my thing. I thought they had moved on, Pro Woman J. We're talking about Saweetie and Quavo. I thought Saweetie and Quavo had moved on after the tweets and she said, take care. And I thought that was done. The elevator fight, I thought happened last year. I don't think that this happened this year. I don't think this happened after the tweets and shit like that. To me, it looks like he was trying to leave in this video. He was trying to leave and she threw something at him first. But it's women out there that's classifying Saweetie as a victim. And that's the issue for me because I don't think she's a victim at all. I think women have got to stop squaring up on men. Now, I'm not supporting domestic violence of any kind, regardless of gender. Like, if you're a man and you getting your ass whooped by a woman and you're trying to be a gentleman and you don't want to hit her because you know the consequences, you still as much of a victim as a woman. And I know men try to make fun of men who go through stuff like that, but that type of stuff is not even cute. It's not even funny. It's not something that nobody need to be laughing at. Being beat violently inside of a relationship, or even just somebody even raising their hand as if they about to hit you, that's somebody that you need to not be in a relationship with. I know some people can make you mad. I know sometimes you grit your teeth and you like the fuck, but it's never going to be able okay to hit each other inside of a relationship. Honestly, most of the healthiest couples, I can tell you, they don't even raise their voice at each other because that's one of the rules. You don't hit below the belt and you don't raise your voice. That's when you know it's time for a divorce. Time for to break up. If y'all yelling at each other all the time. It's one thing to sit down and have a debate and a conversation and y'all going back and forth. But if I got to scream at you while I'm talking to you, that means I don't know how to control my own goddamn self. People be thinking it's cute when they scream on people. That shit just says something about you. You know what I mean? I screamed on plenty of people before. Shit. And what I've been trying to do is not let people get me to that place. It's called self-control. So I ain't never been the type to really like, as I've gotten older, I've been slowing down on arguing. Like, I think because I argued so much in my 20s and I was beat so much in my 20s, now, even if I think I'm making a dude even close to mad, how mad I've seen men get, I don't kick it with him. I don't talk to him no more because it's still a lack of control, a lack of self control. Like, you could be mad at somebody and not throw a punch. Some of us got too much to lose. I'm not seeing any victimhood. Is this a recent video or when did this happen? From what I understood, it was a year ago or like sometime last year in the middle of the year. So they've been having problems for a while, but that's what I'm unclear about. I don't know if this video happened last year or this video is recent because every time I see a report, it's always something different. That's why you can't really trust what people talk about on social media all of the time. Because the first time I heard about Saweetie and Quavo breaking up, it was, oh, Sweetie's breaking up with him because he's not spending enough money. But then the truth came out, which was, no, he just cheated, basically. And no one is saying who he cheated with specifically. And then you got Quavo's sister coming out saying, listen, y'all don't know Sweetie. Sweetie, basically is ratchet. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of never know. Yeah, Sweetie's not innocent. Sweetie's not innocent, and I don't want to see that. Like, I think I'm about to start seeing women like, oh, he be like, I was on Yanni's channel. I see her post it, and she posted the little, she posted a trim of it. She didn't post the whole thing, and I'm thinking maybe she only got a trim of it because she's basically saying Sweetie was trying to leave and Quavo was trying to stop her. But if you watch the entire clip, it looks like it was the other way around to me. Like he was trying to get on the elevator and she came walking down the hallway, threw something at him, threw a punch too, because I think she threw something first and then threw her hands and then tried to take out his hand, his stuff, because it doesn't make any sense for Sweetie to be taking a Call of Duty box out of a dude's hand unless it's hers. It couldn't have been hers. Call of Duty is a video game. So any Call of Duty paraphernalia would most likely belong to him, not her. So I don't know why people would think Sweetie would just be walking around with a big ass Call of Duty box. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see that. And that don't make sense to me. Um, just saw this pop up on Shade Room, and your notification came up after. Listen, I haven't seen. I didn't see it on Shade Room, but each time you look, regardless to which one you look at, like if you look at TMZ, you look at Media Takeout, you look at the Jasmine brand, you look at everybody. Always got kind of like a derivative of the same story, but then sometimes people pick a side, and you know me, I always have the unpopular opinion because I think about it and I don't apply my emotions to it. You know what I mean? I just really just literally like think like this don't even look right. You know what I mean? Like this looks all wrong and this is all Sweetie. And honestly, like I said, if your relationship gets to a point where y'all hitting each other and shit, that relationship needs to be dead ass over. Like, no, 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 no. I done been beat too many times. Like, I got so many stories about being beaten, hitting, and fighting and shit. And I was talking to y'all in a live stream about a month and a half ago about an ex of mine that was from Jamaica and how my mother cannot stand this dude because she seen him push me down a hill. Like I was like standing on a hill, like the apartment was on a hill. And in order to get to the parking lot, you had to go down a set of stairs. A long set of stairs. You know how apartments are. A long set of stairs, and next to the stairs was just a grass, and it was on a hill. And we were standing on the walkway, and the walkway kind of went in a L shape to where it went from the apartment complex down to the staircase in like a L. But when you're walking in the top part of the L, if you're walking down there, before you make that left to kind of just go down the stairs, you're kind of on the hill. And so as I'm walking down the side thing, and he's talking shit and I'm talking shit because we were having an argument, the nigga just pushed me down the fucking hill. And my mother was looking out of the window because we were screaming because we were at her house. We wasn't at his apartment. We was at her house and shit when we left because we kind of got into an argument like out front of her house or something. This nigga pushed me down here. My mother has not liked this dude ever since. She hated him after that. She hated him. And he was just trying to get back with me recently. And I was like, you don't even realize how fucked up of a guy you were. Well, let me bring it to your attention. And I let him know, like, you was straight tripping, man. Like, he held me hostage. One time, that nigga held me hostage for 3 days. He wouldn't let me go nowhere for 3 days. He wouldn't let me leave. And then finally, I escaped. I jumped off. Let me tell you how I escaped. I jumped off the balcony, the 3-story balcony, into some bushes. Because I figured if the bushes were there, I could land on the bushes. Oh, and it hurt too. That shit fucking hurt. But that's what I did. I climbed down from the third to the second, and I jumped off the second into the bushes, and then took the bushes, like let the bushes catch me, and then rolled off the bushes and onto the ground, and I left him in the apartment that he was in. He thought I was there. He woke up, my ass was gone. My ass was gone because it was like he was like laying by the door and stuff. Like he was laying in the living room by the door to make sure I wouldn't leave. And every time I would try to leave, he wouldn't let me. That's the type of shit I know with. But yeah, Sweetie's not innocent, and she was definitely wrong. Yeah, no, I had on shoes. Are you talking about when he pushed me down the hill or when I jumped off the balcony? When I jumped off the balcony, I had on shoes. I made sure I put shoes on because I wasn't gonna jump off the balcony with no shoes. Like I needed to have on some shoes. So I put my shoes on. And when he pushed me down the hill, I had on shoes. So no, I had on shoes. I don't know if Sweetie had on shoes. Did she have on shoes? I didn't even see. Because it just happened so quick. Like, it was like, what is this? Remind me of Beyonce and Jay-Z. Solange was like so mad. And Beyonce was just standing there so fucking chill. Like, I was like, what's going on with B? Like, she was just sitting there. And Solange was just yelling. I still don't know what the fuck that shit was. Oh, you said Sweetie had no shoes on. First of all, I'm the last chick that's gonna chase a nigga down the hallway. I'm telling you, women better than me, man. Y'all bitches better than me. The basicas and the typical Tanyas and y'all better than me. Cause my ass is not chasing no dude down the hallway. Nigga, you wanna leave? Bye. I'm not gonna beg you. Like I'm not gonna beg you. You wanna leave? Go. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't have enough sense to sit here and talk this out with me like an adult and you wanna bounce, I'm gonna let you. It's the type of person I am. I don't argue. Like I used to argue all the time in my 20s. I don't argue with niggas. And I think the reason why I don't is because just with time, they no longer are valuable to me. It's like to me, men are a luxury, right? And I mean a luxury, like I mean like a dessert, okay? Like something extra that I could buy that I might want. So when people ask me, am I in a relationship or am I single? Where my man at? Like one guy came in my comment section and was like, "Where your man at?" I was like waiting for me to call him in my earliest convenience. A nigga is like a dessert, and if I feel like dealing with him after I eat dinner, then I do that. If I don't, then I don't, because most likely I don't. And a lot of women are like, "How are you like that?" I don't chase after no man. If I gotta get that angry, if I'm that angry at you that I want to slap you, what could you have done to me to make me that goddamn angry? To where I want to slap you or hit you or punch you or snatch something from you. And the funny thing is, after Sweetie gets her ass thrown into the elevator and she can barely walk right, get up, she limping and shit. This nigga don't get in the elevator and go like his intentions was. He takes he turns to go back down the hallway and follow her. I was like, this toxic ass relationship. I was like, this shit is crazy because he's trying to leave. She won't let him. Finally, he slams her ass. She hurt. Cause I couldn't understand. What I couldn't understand is when she was on the ground and she was hurt, why he ain't say, "Are you okay?" Why wasn't he like trying to help her? Cause he wasn't. He didn't even acknowledge that she had fell to the ground. And then she walked past him to go back into to her apartment. And instead of him getting his ass on the elevator and leaving like his intentions were, he proceeds to get off the elevator and go after her. It's confusing. It's like, what are y'all doing? I have too much pride to beg. Exactly. Too much pride. Too much. I don't even know if it's pride. It's just a tolerance. Like I'm sorry. Like I care about somebody that actually wants to be around. And I feel like if you don't want to be around, why should I care? Cuz I genuinely want somebody that genuinely wants to be there through it all. So, and I don't mean through it all in an unconditional manner to where he's just treated so poorly by me, but he still says that's just bullshit. Like men are expecting women to do that all of the time. That's why they lie so much because they know if they tell you the truth, you're going to leave. You're going to do something that isn't in their best interest at all. So they lie. And my thing is, man, if a man gets to a point where he feels like he has to walk off and leave me, oh, deuces, dude, and don't come back. Because when you do try to come back, you're going to get a no. You're going to get a no. And men don't believe me when I say that. I'm like, I'm trying to tell you, I'm not the type of woman that keep leaving my door open for some dude. And I don't think women should do that. Stop leaving. Stop leaving the door open. Some women be so pressed to have a man. They chase after these men they know bad for them. If a man make you that mad that you gotta throw punches at him or throw something at him or some shit, he ain't it, sis. Cause no man that love you will make you feel like that. No man. Like the man that's supposed to be in your life, man, you gonna laugh all of the time. You gonna be joyful all of the time. You ain't never gonna feel like you being disrespected by him enough for you to want to ball your fist up and hit him. And I'm not saying that, she innocent and, you know, I still feel like she was provoked because she had to be angry over something. She was angry over something. She didn't just out of nowhere do this to this dude. She was angry about something. And it was something that he did. But I can tell you, a man that love you, man, a man that's good for you, you're never going to have to respond in that manner because he's never going to do anything that's going to make you that goddamn angry. And if you got a man on your arm right now that's making you that goddamn angry, I'm gonna need for you to end that situation. I'm gonna need for you to that shit need to be over. Figure it out. Figure out how to leave. Don't nobody want to be sitting here living the rest of their life with somebody that's consistently making them angry like that over and over and over again. And then you got to turn around and put on a facade and pretend like the two of y'all fine inside of a fucking picture or walking down a red carpet or, going to family functions and shit, pretending like everything A-O damn K. And then you go home and you living in hell. No, no, no. Do not accept that. You're not here long enough. This is what I want people to start understanding. You are not on this planet long enough to be putting up with some foolishness. You need to be trying to live your life to the fullest, and whoever with you need to be trying to do that shit with you. And if they not, then that's somebody you don't need to be with. Do not beg men. Do not beg women. Do not beg anybody to do anything. They gotta willingly want to do it. And if they don't want to do it, you go out there and you do what you need to do by yourself. A lot of people don't even understand how fulfilling it is when you love who you are. When you love who you are, you can't get lonely. You don't get lonely because you could never be lonely when you enjoy who you alone with. I got so much love, and I said this yesterday. I got so much love that I don't look for it in men. When you have so much self-love is there, so you don't look for a man to give it to you. You just have it. And I remember there was a time where I couldn't fathom that. I couldn't understand how a woman could be by herself because society puts so much pressure on us to have a man. Like having a man is the only thing that makes us valuable. And once I realized that, no, see, I can't let society determine what type of person I need to be. I came here by myself. I was born alone. I'm going to die alone. I can't take nobody with me when I go because my path is mine. So I took ownership of it and really thought about what I need as a woman. What do I need? Not what do I want people to think of me, or what does everybody else need from me, or nothing like that. It all boiled down to, what do I want? On my deathbed, or the day that I die, will I be able to say, I lived my life to the fullest? I tried to be all of the things that I wanted to be. I went everywhere I wanted to go. Or am I going to be the person like, damn, I wanted to be married so bad, I just did whatever this nigga told me to do. Meanwhile, he went around and did whatever he wanted to do, and I just sat there and waited. I wish I would have did this dream or that dream, but you know what? I had to do this one thing because society wanted me to do this one thing. That's the decisions that people be having to make. That's what y'all be having to make. You got to love yourself enough, man. Love yourself enough. Do not tolerate negativity whatsoever. If somebody come into your space with the tiniest bit of negativity, dismiss their ass. Or dismiss their ass. I'm talking about kick them in the chest. This is Sparta. Kind of dismiss their ass. All right. Because you got to have somebody that's on the same eye level as you. Mm-mm. You're not about to mess up my life. Like when my son's father came into my life, I specifically said to this dude, I said, if you're not trying to bring happiness and peace into my life, I am Buddhist. I am calm. I'm real chill. I live a very cool life. I don't be about that bullshit and drama. If you not coming here to add on to that, then I don't want to be with you. What he do? Bring in the complete opposite of what I said I wanted in a relationship. That's why it's so easy for me to be without the drama. Listen, I posted a picture of me in the tub, right? I was in the bathtub. And at the foot of my tub was this love kiss dildo. And Calgon take me away and a sponge. So I posted that shit on Facebook. And I said, and I think I posted it in my community tab too. And I said, y'all be thinking women single because they got an attitude problem and they just can't find a man. Well, really, we just drama free. We just drama free. We prefer being single because you don't get the drama, right? So, and I posted it in this relationship group on Facebook. I think it's called Most Eligible Bachelor. If you're a woman and you have a Facebook page, go onto Facebook and look at this group called Most Eligible Bachelor. So I put that in the group, and this one girl came in and she said, I bet your bathroom. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Because when she said that shit, I laughed so hard. Wait, she said, hold up. Oh, while I'm looking for this, next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be on Clubhouse doing something. So if you have a Clubhouse, or if you need a Clubhouse invitation, or you don't even know what Clubhouse is, just let me know and I'll send you an invitation to Clubhouse. Just text me at 929-399-6503 and I'll send you over a invitation to Clubhouse so you can hear me on there next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, we're going to talk about money over there. We're going to talk about how to be a millionaire over there. All right. So what I did was I posted a picture and it said, y'all be thinking women single because we have an attitude problem and can't find a man. No, we just like being drama free. We have options. And so this girl named Miko said, that whole bathroom probably smells like love, freedom, peace, and Amazon packages that were delivered in 3 days. And I said, it does, mama. It does. That's exactly what it smells like. It smells like lavender and honey and nirvana. When you get to a point where all you care about is your peace and that's it, you don't need a man. You go out there and get your own. Now, let's go to this whole her saying this dude bought her the Birkin bag and he spent all his money and his blah, blah, blah. Ladies, her getting all those gifts and all that money, she was still unhappy. That was an unhappy person that went charging at Quavo. She got all these handbags, shoes, and money. She got this man to spend over $2 million on her their entire relationship. $2 million. And this bitch is punching him A man who spent $2 million, she is punching him. She is that angry to want to violently hurt this dude. What made her that angry? Him cheating? Him lying? What was it? Doesn't even matter what it was. Because genuinely, when you're happy, when you're in a happy relationship, you're not violent. So it doesn't matter what he did. Apparently, that relationship was not good. Dating a man who has money doesn't mean your relationship is going to be good. That's why I keep telling women, stop chasing after men who have money. Go get your own bag. Money, a man having financial literacy and a high earning job does not mean he'll be a good boyfriend, husband, or father. It doesn't mean he has a good character. It doesn't mean he's a good person. When you go and you look for him to have money, yeah, it's important. Yeah, you should ask somebody how much money they make. Yeah, you should ask somebody, what their credit score is like, because you want to build a future with them, right? But that's not the only thing that you need to factor in when you're dealing with a man. It's just part of it. But when you go into these situations and you relying on these men to buy you a Birkin bag, instead of you buying you one yourself, you get in situations like this one because you wasn't factoring in who he is as a person. Because I don't give a fuck how bad Saweetie was to Quavo. She could have been the shittiest girlfriend on the planet. He still could have chose not to cheat. He could have just walked off. This is not the type of woman for me. I don't want to deal with it. I gotta go. He didn't have to cheat. Cheating is a choice. You see you in a relationship that's making you unhappy. That doesn't mean, oh, let me go lie to them right quick so I can keep them because they're going to be mad. If I say I want to be in a relationship. So let me just lie and pretend like I'm not polyamorous and just go ahead and sleep with this person, another person behind my girlfriend back. That's not logical. It makes no sense. Put more value on yourself. Remember when Danae, ain't that child name? Danae Jackson? Derek Jackson's wife. Remember when Derek Jackson's wife was sitting next to him and holding his hand and shit, and everybody's like, I've never seen a man do that to a woman. And then everybody was like, Will Smith did it. And I was like, nah, not the same. Because when Will Smith and Jada Pinkett were no longer together, both parties no longer together, she started sleeping with August. And this is something that, well, I want to say, it's still not the same because both of them was literally done. It wasn't one-sided. With Danae, ain't that child name? Mrs. Jackson, she didn't even know, really. I want to say. I think she was, because if we factor in Derek Jackson's most recent side chick, who was a doctor, that's a recent thing. He was dealing with her as recent as the week before last. So it just doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't resonate the same to me. But anyway, when you hear people say, oh, you never see a man do something like that, of course you don't. Think about all of the men that you have heard about being in a relationship, or maybe men you've been with. Men will leave relationships for some of the pettiest reasons. Men will not want to be with a woman no more off of something stupid. A man will break up with a woman because of how she chew. A man will disown a woman because she got pregnant. Do y'all realize that a man goes and gets what he wants and does whatever he wants to do? Meanwhile, women don't even think that way. A woman will suffer through a relationship, suffer right through it, lower her standards, see he apparently a liar, still be with him anyway. It's just ridiculous, man. I just, not gonna be me. No, not gonna be me. I can't deal. I can't deal. And it's important that women, I'm telling you, ladies, for everything that you think that man that you with not going to do, it's going to be two other men that feel very comfortable with doing that. Very comfortable with doing it. If you want your foot rubbed every Friday night and the man that you with won't do it, Girl, do you realize that there's somebody on this planet who would love to rub your goddamn feet every Friday? I don't have to beg no man to do shit. And men don't have to beg women to do shit either. Men, this goes for men too. If you want something specific out your life or outside of or inside of a relationship and you're not getting it, it's not the relationship you want. So why are you staying there? It's not the relationship you want. You want something specific. Sit down and create a list. And I know a list sound, B. Simone-ish. They go like, Soncerae stole B. Simone's stolen list. Okay? Make a list. All the shit you want in a man. All the shit you don't. Fellas, make a list. All the shit you want in a woman. All the shit you don't. And go get it. The person that you with ain't giving it to you, man. Don't sit there and wait. Don't sit there and wait because you only here once. Do you know I'm 40? Do you know how many of my friends didn't make it here? They didn't make it to 40. I've lost friends all in my 30s. I lost friends before we even hit 30. I have a friend who died in a motorcycle accident when we was like 27. I have a friend who died in a motorcycle accident when he was 18. If you still here, you have to realize, man, after all of the people that passed away last year from COVID, all of these lives that we have seen lost within the past year, this is 2021. I am telling you, you better go out there and get what you want before you no longer with us. Do not sit here and waste your time on a person that don't even want to give you the bare minimum of a relationship. Women be out here just so excited when a man just texts them back on time. Oh, I'm so yes. He texted me, bitch. That's the bare minimum he could do for you, basically. He giving you the bare minimum. When women be like, oh, he gave me money. That's the bare minimum. Do you know how much a man could give you outside of that? His money is not the most valuable thing he could give you inside of a relationship. The most valuable thing a man could give you inside of a relationship is love and respect. Because if he love you genuinely and respect you genuinely, he not going to cheat on you. He not going to lie on you. He not going to manipulate. He not going to do none of that. And you also have to realize that you have to also be of value too. You got to pay attention to your behavior. You cannot keep expecting somebody to be good to you and you ain't good. People got to stop that too. A lot of people do that. So my advice to anyone who's seen this little stupid elevator fight, never, ever, number one, fight. Okay, especially if you're a woman. Listen, if you're a woman, right? I know it's some bitches out there that you want to punch in the damn chest. You feel me? I have a chick. I tell y'all about this chick all the time on site. On site, I see her. It's a wrap. Now, I tried to contain myself at one point because I was like, if I fight a chick, I might jeopardize, the welfare of my son because my son need his mother. So I don't need to be out here fighting nobody. But some people do need to catch some hands, but still, that's not the point. The point is, fighting is always like a last resort because it's tasteless. Any woman with elegance or class resolves conflict better than that. And if you don't know how to resolve conflict without calling somebody out their name, insulting them, hitting them, whatever, if you don't know how to do that, you causing your own self problems. You doing your own self a great disjustice. Because if you allowing everybody in the world to control how you behave by giving them the response of you throwing hands every time they do some shit you don't like, you're going to be fighting everybody. It's going to be a constant battle with you and everybody else in the world because these people do what they want to do, not what you want them to do. That's not how people operate. I don't know if you have noticed, but people do what they want to do. You can say, take your name out my mouth as out my mouth. Take my name out your mouth as much as you want to. You can say that shit over and over and over again. Guess what? They still gonna talk about you. It don't matter. It don't matter. You have to stop caring so much. Now, giving zero fucks is like the remedy to everything. I promise you, it's the remedy. Like, and I'm not saying it from a perspective of like, don't care to a point where you let yourself go or you're not paying your bills or not. I don't mean in a negative, don't give a fuck type of way where you just like fuck everybody, you just throwing your middle fingers up like Tupac in a Biggie song. He mad at Biggie and shit, get the Tupac little middle fingers up and shit. I don't mean not like that. I mean like you so carefree to the point where the only reason why you're carefree is because you are protecting your peace. It's about protecting your peace. That's all it is. Protecting your peace and choosing not to suffer. I don't know about y'all, but how many people feel like anger feel good? Anger to me doesn't feel good. I don't like being angry. It's not a positive feeling. I don't get angry and be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like when I laugh and shit, that feels great. I feel good on the inside. I feel, that feels great. But when I'm angry, I don't get some type of adrenaline, like some type of dopamine, some type of pleasure from being angry. So instead of choosing to feel that way, I assign another feeling to what I'm experiencing. And the only way you'll be able to do that is with practice and time. Once you realize that a lot of the stuff that you like when you interact with people and a lot of experiences you have, the response is always a knee-jerk reaction. It's always a knee-jerk. When you're angry, you chose that. Like you can see somebody do some shit and just like display right there. You'll be like, all right, I'm not even gonna worry about that shit. I'm not even gonna let that shit bother me. On a scale of 1 to 10, that is a 4. Because actually, if I think about it, like about stuff that happens to you, you feel some type of way, and then with time, you no longer feel as bad. You have to remember that. And once you remember that, with time, it's probably not even gonna matter anymore. Even 5 minutes from now, it's not even matter anymore. Once you realize that, you know stuff much easier. Because you're like, oh, yeah, this is not gonna bother me in a few months. It's not gonna bother me. I'll be like, let me tell you what used to bother me all the time. And then I'm gonna go because I ain't got no phone power. So